Hello students, today we will study relative velocity in one dimension. See children, what is relative velocity? Velocity we already know. When a person moves, then distance covered per unit time or displacement per unit time is known as velocity. But always remember that rest and motion are relative terms. They are decided with the frame of reference of observer. Now what does that mean? See, for example, there is a trolley. Here there is a trolley which is moving with a velocity of 10 meter per second in the positive x direction and an acceleration of 1 meter per second. Okay. On that trolley there is a person named A. The person A is on the trolley and there is a person B standing outside. So the person B is at rest. Now for the person B, how the person A will appear, or what will be the velocity of person A look to person B. This concept is known as relative velocity. We denote it by VAB, that means velocity of A as seen by B. VAB is velocity of A as seen by B. What is velocity of A as seen by B? That formula is VA minus VB. That means velocity of A minus velocity of B. What is velocity of A? Because A is on the trolley, so he is moving with the trolley with a speed of 10 meter per second. So VA is 10 and velocity of B is 0. So VAB is 10 meter per second. Okay, that means velocity of A as seen by B is same as that of the trolley. Now if the person B also jumps with person A on the trolley, okay, now what about relative velocity of A as seen by B? That is again according to the formula VA minus VB. What is VA? 10 meter per second. What is VB? Again now VB is also, velocity of B is also 10 meter per second. So 10 minus 10 is 0 meter per second. That means for B, now A is at rest. For B now sees A at rest, or A and B both, since both are moving with the same velocity, relative velocity between both of them is 0. So see how for person B, the same person A first appears to be moving with 10 meter per second, and when B jumps on the trolley, the same person A seems to be at rest. So this is what is the meaning of relative velocity. Always remember, velocity, acceleration and displacement all depend upon frame of reference, or we call they are relative terms. What is not frame dependent, or what is not relative? Time does not depend on frame of reference. Time for both of them will pass on likewise, and distance between two persons or more is also not dependent on frame of reference. Velocity, acceleration and displacement only are time dependent. Okay, for example, A is moving with velocity 10 meter per second, and B is also moving with 20 meter per second in the same direction. It will be like A is moving here in the positive x direction with 10 meter per second, and B is also moving in the same direction with 20 meter per second. Then velocity of A as seen by B, VAB, will be VA minus VB. Always remember in this formula, VA is VA with respect to ground, so we can write it as VAG, and VB also is VB with respect to ground, so VAG minus VBG. Okay, that is, now VA with respect to ground is 10 and VB with respect to ground is 20. So VAB is minus 10 meter per second. That means velocity of A as seen by B is minus 10 meter per second. Why minus 10? Because B is also moving in the same direction as A with a velocity of 20 meter per second. So B sees A as coming towards him. For B, A is like coming towards him with a velocity of 10 meter per second. Okay, so BA seems closer to B because he is also moving in the same direction. Now, if A looks back at if B looks at A, then what will be velocity of B as seen by A? If A looks back and starts looking at A, then velocity of B as seen by A will be VB minus VA. That will be 20 minus 10, that is 10 meter per second. That is, velocity of B as seen by A is 10 meter per second. It seems lesser to A because A is also moving with some velocity. Let's take one simple numerical. Two trains A and B are moving in opposite directions towards each other. A is moving backwards. A is moving backwards with a velocity of 30 meter per second, and B is moving forward with a velocity of 10 meter per second. Find relative velocity of B as seen by A. So how do we write relative velocity of B as seen by A? VBA, velocity of B as seen by A. VB minus VA. So VB is 10 minus VA will be written as minus 30. Since both are velocities, children, you have to take care of the signs as well. If positive x direction is, you consider the positive direction of velocity, then this 30 meter per second velocity of A will be in the negative x direction. So that will be taken as minus 30. So 10 minus of minus 30 is 40. So velocity of B as seen by A is much more than actual velocity of B. How A sees the velocity of B? As 40 meter per second. Why? Because A is moving back and B is moving towards. So for A, B seems to be coming towards A with a very high velocity, that is 40 meter per second. Similarly, what is velocity of A as seen by B? That is VA minus VB, that is minus 40 meter per second. Okay, so this is how we can do simple problems on relative velocity in one dimension. So a trolley is moving in the positive x direction with a velocity of 10 meter per second. There is a trolley which is moving with a velocity of 10 meter per second in the positive x direction. A person A is moving on the trolley. There is a person A which is also moving on the trolley with a velocity of 2 meter per second with respect to the trolley. So this velocity is with respect to trolley. Okay. Obviously, you might think that the person is running on the trolley, so he might fall down. But see, his velocity with respect to the trolley is lesser than the velocity of the trolley. So he will not fall down. He will keep running on the trolley. Like chaya on the train. They don't fall. Okay. So another person B is watching this from the ground and he is at rest. So what is his velocity with respect to the ground? Is 0. What is relative velocity of A with respect to B? So we have to find velocity of A with respect to B. So the simple velocity of A with respect to B is BA minus BB. Remember always, this is velocity of A with respect to ground minus velocity of B with respect to ground. So what is velocity of A with respect to ground? We don't know because we have been given velocity of A with respect to trolley minus velocity of B with respect to ground is 0. So to find VAB, we need VA with respect to ground. What we have A with respect to trolley. Can be written as VA minus VT. Velocity of A with respect to ground minus velocity of T with respect to ground. So velocity of A with respect to trolley is 2 meter per second. This is velocity of A with respect to ground minus velocity of trolley with respect to ground is 10 meter per second. So from here you get velocity of A with respect to ground is 2 plus 10, that is 12 meter per second. Okay. So we get velocity of A with respect to ground is 12 minus 0. So VAB, velocity of A with respect to B is 12 meter per second. So see, though A is moving with 2 meter per second, but B sees him as moving with a velocity of 12 meter per second. So this is relative velocity. Let's take next question. the next question says like this: there's a car B which is moving in the positive x direction with a velocity of 20 meter per second. On the car there is a monkey who's moving with a velocity of 2 meter per second. Velocity of monkey with respect to B, with respect to the car, is given 2 meter per second. There is a trolley which is moving with a velocity of 10 meter per second in the positive x direction. On the trolley there is a person A which is moving with 3 meter per second with respect to trolley, but in the opposite direction, okay, in the negative x direction. What if to find velocity of A with respect to B, velocity of monkey with respect to A? So first to find velocity of A with respect to B, velocity of person A with respect to the velocity of car will be equals to VA with respect to ground minus VB with respect to the ground. VA with respect to ground, do we know? No, we know VA with respect to trolley is minus 3 meter per second. Okay, so we don't know VAG, so we have to find VAG minus velocity of B with respect to ground. We know that is 20 meter per second. Okay, so to find VAB, we need VA with respect to ground. So what is the next thing we know? We know VA with respect to the trolley, that is VA minus VT. Okay, now VA with respect to trolley is minus 3. VA with respect to ground this is, okay, trolley with respect to ground. So VA with respect to ground we don't know, minus trolley with respect to ground is 10 meter per second. So from here we get VA with respect to ground is minus 3 plus 10, that is 7 meter per second. So we get the velocity of A with respect to ground. We can substitute it over here. VAB is 7 minus 20, that is minus 14 meter per second. So see, velocity of A with respect to B, that means how is the velocity of A as seen by B. Since B is moving here with a velocity of 20 meter per second and A is moving in the opposite direction with some velocity, but A is moving in the forward direction also with 10 meter per second. With respect to the trolley, velocity of A is 3, but velocity of A with respect to ground is 7 meter per second in the forward direction. So B sees A as moving with a velocity of minus 14 meter per second, that is B sees A coming towards him, right? Next is velocity of monkey with respect to A. Velocity of monkey with respect to A will be velocity of monkey with respect to ground minus velocity of A with respect to ground. Velocity of monkey with respect to ground we don't know, because what we know velocity of monkey with respect to B. Okay, so here velocity of monkey with respect to B is equals to velocity of monkey with respect to ground minus B with respect to ground. So velocity of monkey with respect to B is 2. This is 2 is equals to velocity of monkey minus velocity of B is 20. So velocity of monkey with respect to ground is 2 plus 20, that is 22 meter per second. Now substituting this over here, velocity of monkey with respect to A is 22 minus velocity of A with respect to ground. What is velocity of A with respect to ground? We just now found out, that is 7. So velocity of monkey with respect to A is 22 minus 7, that is equals to 15 meter per second. Okay. So this is how we solve relative velocity problems. How? What is velocity of monkey as seen by A? When A is moving in the opposite direction and sees the monkey coming in the forward direction with a velocity of 2 meter per second sitting on the car, A sees the monkey as coming towards him with a velocity of 15 meter per second. Because why A sees the velocity of monkey as more? Because both are moving in the opposite direction. Okay, since both are moving in the opposite direction, their velocities add up and A sees the velocity of monkey as more. Okay, so let's take the next question. a thief is running with a velocity of 10 meter per second. So here there is a thief who's running with a velocity of 10 meter per second. And obviously the thief will be in front. Policeman is trying. The thief and policeman problems are very common. So there's a thief who's running with a velocity of 10 meter per second, and running behind him is a policeman with a speed of 20 meter per second. So there's a policeman who is running with a speed of 20 meter per second. So the speed of policeman is more than the speed of the thief. So obviously he will catch him. But since thief is also running, so after covering certain distance, the policeman will be able to catch the thief. Okay. Initially, the distance between them is 100 meter. Initially, that means at time t is equals to 0 when you consider, the distance between them is 100 meter. Find the time when the police will catch the thief. So you have to find the time when, like, you start measuring the time from t equals to 0. Thief is running, policeman is running with these two speeds. Now you have to find the time when the police will catch the thief. After some time you will catch. So there are, conventional method to solve this problem. The conventional method would have said that, for example, let's say in time t, police catches the thief. Police catches the thief. Okay. You have to assume that in time t. Now, in time t, with the velocity of 10 meter per second, how much distance will the thief cover? Okay, we know distance is equals to velocity into time, right? So, with a velocity of 10 meter per second and time t, the distance covered by the thief will be equals to 10t. Okay, so let us say in this much time he covers 10t distance. The thief comes over here. Okay, in this much time, and in the same time, distance covered by policeman will be velocity of policeman into the same time. So velocity of policeman is 20. So distance covered by policeman in the same time will be 20t. Okay, so here when he covers 20t distance, the thief covers 10t distance. That will be the time when the policeman and the thief come at the same point, and the policeman is able to catch the thief. See, 20t will be this whole distance, right? And 10t is the distance covered by the thief, 20t is the distance covered by the policeman, and the policeman catches the thief in this much time t, right? Now here, you know that this much is the distance covered by the policeman, and now see, the distance covered by the policeman is how much? 10t plus 100, right? 10t plus 100. What is the distance covered by the policeman? 20t. See, 20t. So we can write 20t minus 10t is equals to 100, or you can write 10t is equals to 100, or t is equals to 100 by 10, that is 10 seconds. So in how much time the policeman catches the thief? In 10 seconds. When the policeman runs with this speed, he is able to catch the thief in 10 seconds. This is the conventional method to solve this problem. Now let us see how can we solve this with the idea of relative velocity. Velocity of police with respect to thief will be velocity of police with respect to ground minus velocity of thief with respect to ground. Okay, velocity of police with respect to thief we don't know. Police with respect to ground is 20 minus velocity of thief with respect to ground is 10. So velocity of police with respect to the thief is equals to 10 meter per second. We know the distance of police with respect to thief, that is 100 meter. Always remember, velocity, acceleration and displacement are relative terms. Distance and time are not relative. Distance and time will be same. The time in which the thief covers some distance, in the same time the police will cover the distance. No matter what their velocities are, their relative velocities, relative displacements, relative accelerations will change with their velocities. But distance and time are not relative because they are scalar quantities. They don't depend upon the frame of reference. So we know the relative distance, we know the relative velocity. Can we find the time? So time will be equals to distance upon velocity, that is 100, the relative distance upon the relative velocity 10, that is 10 seconds. See, with relative velocity you are able to solve this question in just 4 steps, and with the conventional method it takes longer. So relative velocity, the concept of relative velocity is very useful, especially for your competitive exams. Okay, let's take the next question. One more type of question you can get on the police and thief is, for example, there's a thief who's running with an acceleration of 1 meter per second square. Now in this question, velocity of the thief is not given, his acceleration is given. One more thing is given, that his initial velocity is 0. You might imagine this situation as the thief was standing, okay, and he was not moving when the police saw him. The police started running with a velocity of 20 meter per second. At that time, the thief was stationary. He was at rest. He saw the police coming and he started running. So now at that moment the initial velocity of the thief was 0, but then he started running. So his acceleration was there. His velocity changed from 0, so there was some acceleration. Initial distance between the police and thief at time t equals to 0 was 150 meter. Right? Now you have to find the time and position where the thief is caught. Time is one thing you have to find, and the position also, that means the distance where the thief is caught. Again, let us say that in time t the thief is caught. So here police and thief come together after some time t. Okay. Now in this much time t, the distance covered by the thief will be same as the total distance covered by the police. So we can find the distance s covered by the thief is equals to, by using ut plus half at square. Okay, what is the distance covered by the thief in time t? U is 0, so that will be half, and acceleration of the thief is 1 meter per second square. So that is half at square. Okay, this is the distance covered by the thief. Now distance covered by the police will be equals to this much distance plus 150 meter. So 150 plus half at square is the total distance covered by the police. Okay, and he covers this distance and then he reaches the thief and he catches the thief. So SP is 150 plus half at square, and the total distance here we have to find. Okay, now you can see this as, if we try to solve this with relative velocity, velocity of police with respect to thief will be velocity of police minus velocity of thief. Okay, what is velocity of police with respect to ground? 20 minus velocity of thief, we don't know. Okay, velocity of thief we don't know, we know the acceleration of the thief. Okay, velocity of t with respect to the thief. This, if we come to know, then the distance with respect to the thief, what is the distance of police with respect to thief? That is 150 meter. If we know this, distance divided by velocity will give us time. Now velocity of thief with respect to the ground. How can we find velocity of thief with respect to ground? Here we have been given acceleration of police, acceleration of thief we know. So acceleration of police with respect to thief is equals to acceleration of police minus acceleration of thief. Okay, acceleration of police is 0 here because his acceleration was not given, so you will consider it as 0, minus acceleration of thief is 1. So acceleration of police with respect to thief is equals to police with respect to thief is -1 meter per second square. Okay. If we know the acceleration of the police with respect to the thief, now can we find the velocity of police? Okay, using s is equals to ut plus half at square. Now this s will be the relative one, spt. So 150 is equals to ut is 0. Okay. Ut is 0 minus half acceleration of police with respect to thief is 1 into t square. Okay. So here what you get, this is 150 is equals to, no, here you have to find ut will be equals to 20t, right? Why 20t? Because police is running with a speed of 20 meter per second. So his initial velocity is 20 and time is t. So 150 is equals to 20t minus half t square. So you can solve this. So this is 300 is equals to 40t minus t square. Right, so you can solve this t square plus t square minus 40t minus 300 plus 300 equals to 0. Okay, we'll change the sign and bring it to the other side. So this is a quadratic equation. If we try to solve it over here, t square minus 30t minus 10t. 30 into 10 will be 300 and minus 30 minus 10 will be minus 40. So minus 30t minus 10t plus 300 equals to 0. So t into t minus 30 minus 10 into t minus 30 is equals to 0. So t minus 30, t minus 10 equals to 0. So that means either t is equals to 30 or t is equals to 10. So either the police will catch the thief after 30 seconds or after 10 seconds. That means twice he'll be able to catch, because see, the thief is moving with some acceleration. So after 10 seconds, the police will be able to catch the thief with this acceleration, and again if they start moving, then after 30 seconds also the police will be able to catch the thief. Okay. So this is how we can solve these questions with the idea of relative velocity. You will find number of problems on police and thief, so please try to attempt them. Only two things you have to remember: relative velocity, acceleration and displacement are relative, time and distance are not relative. And if constant acceleration is given, you can use the three equations of motions. But if you are using an equation of motion with relative term, then all the terms must be relative. Okay, leaving time. Okay, and if you are using for trying to find out for just one person, then you can use his one person's velocity, acceleration, time. Okay, like that. Okay, so let's take one gravity problem. So one motion and the gravity question we will take with relative velocity. Like there's a tower of some height and two balls are dropped from the tower. It is given that ball A is dropped and its initial velocity is 0, so it's just dropped. Okay, and ball B is dropped with some force, so its initial velocity is 3 meter per second. So obviously ball B is dropped with more initial velocity, so ball B will drop faster as compared to ball A. Find the separation between A and B after 3 seconds. That means if time is equals to 3 seconds, then in 3 seconds A will cover certain distance, B will cover certain distance. Let us say after time 3 seconds A comes here and B comes over here. So what is the separation? This separation between A and B you have to find after 3 seconds. Okay, so they can be the conventional method and the relative velocity method, both I will show. So for conventional method, you can find the distance covered by A in 3 seconds is equals to S is equals to ut plus half at square. Okay. Now, what will be the acceleration in this case, children? This motion under gravity, so acceleration will be equals to acceleration due to gravity will be, we'll take it as 10 meter per second square, that is constant. That is why we can use these equations of motion, because they employ constant acceleration. Now g is always taken to be negative. Remember, I've taught this earlier also. Distance covered is in the opposite negative y direction, so that will be taken as negative. Okay, time and distance are not dependent on the frame of reference. Acceleration will be taken as negative, velocity will be taken as negative because it is going down. Displacement will be taken as negative. Here it is displacement. Okay, u for a is 0. Okay, minus half a is equals to acceleration of a is my 10. That will be minus 10, because you always take it minus, into time is given as 3 squared. Okay, so 2 5s are 10, minus will be plus, that is equals to 5 into 9, that is equals to 45 meter. So SA will be equals to minus of 45 meter. Remember, minus SA. Okay, so that will be minus 45 meter because it is in the downward direction. SB also you can find out in the same way, UT plus half AP square. So U for B is equals to minus 3 into time is given 3 minus half, minus because for sorry, this would have been plus. Okay, minus 10 UT plus half AP square. So plus minus minus. That's why you're getting minus 45 meter. So minus 3 into 3 minus half, A will again be 10, T is 3. Okay, so here again you get 2 5s are 10. So minus 9 minus 3 square is 9, 9 5s are 45. Minus 9 minus 45 is minus 54 meter. Right? So distance covered by B in 3 seconds is 54 meter. Forget about the minus sign because it is in the negative direction, that's why it is negative. SB is 54 meter and distance covered by A is 45 meter. What is the separation between them? Distance between A and B will be equals to 54 minus 45, that will be equals to 9 meter. Okay. Now this is the conventional method. What if we do it by relative velocity? So we can find velocity of A with respect to B. Velocity of A with respect to B will be velocity of A minus velocity of B. Velocity of A, initial velocity is given to be 0, minus velocity of B is 3. So velocity of A with respect to B is equals to minus 3 meter per second. Right? We can find this velocity, we know. Time is not relative, so time between A and B is time taken by both of them is 3 seconds. Okay, so distance between A and B, that is SAB, that will be distance will be velocity into time, so that will be 3 into 3, that will be equals to 9 meter. See, with both the methods, you are getting the same distance between both of them, but see the number of steps with the conventional method and number of steps with the relative velocity method. Acceleration also you can find. No need to find acceleration for gravity problem because acceleration relative acceleration between both of them will be always 0. Why? Because for both of them the acceleration will be equals to 10 meter per second square in the downward direction. So relative acceleration between both of them will be 0. That's why since one is dropped with greater velocity, it covers more distance, and the other is dropped with 0 velocity, so it covers lesser distance in the same time. Since acceleration is acting same on both of them. Okay. So here I finish the relative velocity in one dimension today. You try to find more problems and do as many problems on relative velocity in one dimension as you can. This is a very, very important topic from the point of view of your exams, boards plus competitions also. In the next class, I will start relative velocity in 2 dimensions. Okay, thank you.